advancing guys.
Likewise. Likewise.
So Dallas.
Yeah.
What was one of your favorite moments in the house?
Honestly, it's a toss-up because I was the first person to walk inside this house. So, you know, I walked in here as like, Daddy's home. You know what I mean? That was definitely like one of the top moments. But I think for me, winning my first POV competition, just knowing that I can actually compete in the house, you know, besides meeting all these people too, right? Like, you know, when we're all sitting on that couch, sitting there, and we're all talking about what we do for a living, who we are, you can kind of get a little bit of a judgment of character on people. And man, it was just, the whole experience was amazing, but I'd say those were probably my favorite.
Do you think coming in strong, targeting Jared was a detriment to your game?
I absolutely don't think it was. My mentality was get the big dogs out first. You know, weaken the competition for when you're in competitions, you can win easily, you know, when you need to. You know, if Maddie were stuck to the game plan, we would have had Kelsey and Jared out in the same day, and Dali would have been sitting pretty. You know, she took a left turn, and when she decided to do that, my game did as well.
Do you think that Maddie voting out or putting up a Loveita was a downfall in your game?
150,000%. You know, the way I see it is, I just lost the number, one of my closer allies, when we could have got out, instead of getting out an ally, well, let's get rid of a target. And, you know, with things, the way things actually worked out, if Loveita was in the house, then I would have her vote for the next week when I was on the floor. So it's basically a snowball effect how everything started crumbling with me, but that was by far the biggest spot in my game.
Your first POV win, do you regret not using it on Christine?
I do. I absolutely do. I should have forced her hand. I talked to Loveita. I just didn't want to ruffle her feathers because I respected her. She was an ally of mine, but that was probably my biggest regret in the game, not putting that Vito necklace around Christine. And it's just basically because, not that I love the girl to death, but they're just bigger fish to fry at that point.
So going through this experience, what have you learned about yourself?
Honestly, I learned that I can adapt to any situation. I can be put in a house with strangers and still be well liked. You know, I learned that you have to be mentally tough. I learned that you need to be physically strong. You know, and I learned that, you know, great things happen in weird spots, you know what I mean? I love the whole Big Brother, I love the experience, and I really did learn a lot about myself.
And Loveita, with you being voted out so early in the game, you were able to watch the show from home.
Yes.
Was there anything strategically you liked about people's games here, or something people could have done differently, specifically Kelsey?
Yeah, so it was like, for me to watch, it was really surprising coming out and getting to see people's gameplay, and there's a lot of people that I want to give kudos to. Kelsey, I think she came in, she took the information, and she worked with it. I would have hoped that maybe she could have worked with maybe Mitch a little bit longer, but she ultimately kind of, things got blown up a bit. I think that Cassandra played an outstanding social game, and that's why she was able to sway votes, and she stayed as long as she did. Her social game was just, it was on point, and I absolutely love that about her game. Joel was an ultimate floater, and you know, some people say floating is easy. It's not. I think floating is one of the hardest things to do, and I think that for Joel's game, I noticed outside when I was watching, he had so many connections with so many different people that he kind of had himself sitting cushy, and I thought, this guy could take it, right? So I was definitely, that was impressive to me, and there was a lot of people that played with heart and really put forth effort into the challenges, the game, and realized their weaknesses and strengths. So, yeah.
Do you think that coming in the house and playing as strong as you did the very first week, do you think that was a detriment in your game?
100%. I think that lines are drawn the first week, second week, and once those lines are drawn, it's really hard to erase them and try to realign or switch things up. I think that, yeah, I played really hard, and even to make it, you know, win that second HOH, it was, you know, it was my saving grace, but at the end of the day, I did get backdoored, and I think if I had have laid low, that I could have still been in the house.
Did you learn anything about yourself through this journey?
What did I learn? I learned that, yeah, like, this game is, it really teaches you and highlights attributes about yourself. I realized that my heart, I thought it was big, but it's even bigger. I'm like, I love people. It was so hard for me to, you know, ruffle feathers and make people feel bad. I felt bad, so I realized that, oh, it was
was hard for me to try and be sneaky. So yeah.
Perfect. Okay.